Brooklyn. Yeah. Come on. Rolling. Go to Cedar. Stash in a dash. Hold two heaters. Block eye. Put holes through beaters. Ghetto fast. Throw through cheaters. Ballin'. Brooklyn Dawn, addicted to Chris, hooked on Dawn, 50 G's, hook the song. Ma, I wanna see how you lookin', Dawn.
Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today we're gonna react to Kyle Kulinski again. It's fun. Hey, listen, they don't know that I asked for thumbs down at the end of the videos. They don't know about it yet. So, it's my reverse psycho. It's the Eminem thing, right? You diss yourself before they can diss you. So that when they give me thumbs down, it's really them praising me. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm gonna react to Kyle reacting to AOC crushing Schumer in primary. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. Let me check my volume real fast here. We're good. And honestly, this is just going to be educational for me. Donate. Don't forget to donate. Do it. Anyways, this video is going to be educational for me because the most I've heard about AOC in the last 5 years is literally the video I watched Kyle with, where her and Bernie are touring the country, drawing up crowds to shovel them into the Democratic Party. To start a revolution. And yeah, that's it basically. So you know what? I'm curious. What's interesting though is that I remember my first time hearing about AOC, and the word she brought up was morality. I think it was like her, like kind of impromptu, no press team, no prepared speech. Just someone with a camera asking her a question. He's like, oh, it's time for some moral shit to happen around here. She didn't say it like that, but she essentially said that, you know? And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, who's this? And then she started going into the, I'm voting Democrat no matter who it is, which makes no sense if you're trying to be moral, right? It's usually about character, meaning Biden can be as big of a liar as Donald Trump is, right? Biden can be as much of a warmonger as Donald Trump can be. We've already seen it. All the shit you're seeing with Gaza, Biden was full flesh supporting that. Everything Trump's doing with Ukraine, Biden was doing the same. Well, some people might say more. He was giving more money, right? And then Trump was giving more money to Israel. But they're both building up conflicts and destroying innocent lives. It's just what these guys do, right? And maybe she's worried about getting primaried or something. But I was like, you have so much political clout. I can't see you getting ran over. I can see you winning just by standing up to people. That's what I see. I know the smear things happen, right? We saw a lot of Tulsi Gabbard's run for president where she was getting smeared left and right. Bernie was going along with the plan and still getting smeared by places like CNN and shit like that. So I don't know. I kind of want people that mean to do the right thing to just showcase it, flaunt it, prideful about it. Like, yo, I'm here to do the right thing. I'm not here to play fucking games. Like, people are getting blown up across the world. People are dying here domestically. Innocent people or, non-criminal people are being sent to El Salvador with no real way to get them back yet. Yeah, that can't happen. That's not good. So, it's time to stop playing games. No more bullshit. Say what you fucking mean. Say the ideas you believe in. And let's get it rocking, bro. Let's stop playing around, bro. What does Doc say? Wake up! That's what we gotta start doing, bro. Fucking, if you mean to do the right thing and you stand on some sort of righteous fervor, bro, let it be known, bro. Showcase that shit. And you know what? If you're a strategist, let that be known too. Let everyone know you will omit things in order to prop up maybe a candidate or an idea or something. Just let everyone know about it. Like, Kyle's at least upfront about his strategical maneuvering, right? He's like, yeah, this is what I do. And like, yo, don't talk about 9/11, bro, because you're gonna hurt your case. You know, even if you honestly mean it and you think there's something wrong with that situation, don't say it. Now, my little advice for Kyle would be like, yo, just you get out of their way. Like, don't tell them they're in the way. You get out of their way. Let them do it. If they're crazy, let them do their thing. You don't have to associate with them. You don't have to talk about them. You don't have to love them, like them. Just go about your thing. Why are you going out of your way to go put them down? Because they have different ideas. Not even like dangerous ideas. The ideas are still to be fighting the same thing that you claim to be fighting. So what? I don't know why you're going out of your way. But although, once again, if he has an honest opinion, fine. But it's like, damn. I'm tired of this strategical bullshit, bro. Give me the real fighters, bro. Give me the savages. When I go play with your fucking tinkle, go do Kyle shit. But if you want to like just say what it is, like you don't give it, like you're a hardened person, you can just say what the fuck it is. Hey, let's hear more of that. But listen, I'm in the Church of YellBro. I'm the only member of the church. That's where I'm at. So you don't have to listen to me at all. I'm just some guy on the internet. Anyways, let's hear this news about AOC what if she primaried Chuck Schumer? Is now the time, Kyle? Is now we unleash Project Justice Democrats take over the Senate and then eventually the presidency? Let's find out. Here we go.
Following fact. Data for Progress
Actually,
Society. We're gonna all right, guys.
I bet, Kyle.
It brings me much joy and pleasure to report to you the following fact. Data for Progress decided we're going to commission
you took out the nipple rings. You took them
on
out.
a Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate in the state of New York. Namely, if Chuck Schumer were to have a primary opponent, let's see how that would go. And they said, well, AOC is making quite a name for herself. She's either building up to a presidential run in 2028 or maybe building up to run for the U.S. Senate against Chuck Schumer. And so they asked, AOC versus Chuck Schumer, Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate in New York. Heads up, who wins? Ready? AOC, 55%. Chuck Schumer, 36%. She is Draxing his dusty ass by nearly 20 points, y'all. 20 points, y'all. 20.
Well, god dang. 20 points. That's a lot. That's a lot of points. No, that's interesting. I mean, once again, on the surface, I wouldn't blame anyone for thinking that way. Chuck Schumer's a fucking dinosaur, right? He's a fucking dinosaur. Let's be honest. He has dog shit policies that I've heard of. I haven't got. Listen, Chuck Schumer. I might allegedly be from Alaska, New York, and I have no good feelings about Chuck Schumer. Let's just put it that way. But I kind of same thing for AOC with me, but no. Once again, no one's gonna listen to me or what I think and shit like that. Whatever. The point is, yeah, I see why people would do that. It's the same thing about Donald Trump in his first run. I'd be like, yo, I get it. I understand why you guys would support him. I get it, but I can't because I see too many red flags of problems with Donald Trump. But once again, I will empathize and I will understand why people support these, like Trump in 2015 or AOC now. I get it, and she comes off as a lot less bad than Trump, I guess. But I don't. Here's my problem with AOC. She's already broken one of my cardinal sins. For if you're ever gonna get Jordan's vote. Once again, I'm just a church of my own, right? Just YellBro Church, just me, I'm by myself. That's it. But she's already committed a major sin, which is not standing in the way of corruption, even if you recognize it's corruption, right? If you don't know about it, that's fine, fair enough. But I think she's well aware of the corruption of the Democratic Party, and she does not stand in the way of it. She doesn't, and she hasn't. At least yet. Now, maybe it's some strategy thing where, like, I'll wait till all the young people that are, like, let's say 22 and younger, but also 18 or 17 and younger, right? That maybe are starting to get into politics and they hear about AOC, but they're not old enough to vote yet. Okay, I'll wait till they come of age, and then I'll throw my hat in the race, and then boom, it's perfect, it's prime situation for me to start winning. I'm like, okay. Once again, at the same time, it's like, yo, Biden's gonna blow some children up across the world. He's gonna blow children up across the world. You have no choice. I think morally, I think you have no choice but to stand in front of that. And I just don't see AOC doing that. Not really. Maybe she'll say words criticizing here and there. Maybe she'll vote against maybe allowing Biden to, or Biden maybe like a spending bill in regards to military arms to Israel or something. Maybe she'll vote against that. Not Ukraine. I think she'll vote for Ukraine. I think she'll vote for Ukraine weapon sales or shit like that. Which is like, it's another little suspect thing. Maybe she doesn't know the history of everything. Maybe she should listen to some Jeffrey Sachs. Not saying he knows it all or that I know it all, but at the very least, give it a listen. Then, if you hear about it, now you have an obligation to say something about it. Like, yo, is this right? Yo, I'm doing a presentation right now. Yo, is this Jeffrey Sachs guy right? What's up with this? Right? Like, that's what once again, just practical, honest person would do, right? Someone who's trying to do righteousness and they see something in the way of that, they let it be known, right? But yeah, I just don't, Yeah, I think I mean, listen, I already said it before. I think Israel and Gaza, I think it's over. They're going to roll them over. They're going to kill them. During Biden's entire administration, he was funding them. Obama was funding them. They veto UN or UN's even calling it like, oh, these are war crimes, or the International Criminal Court will call it, these are war crimes. But if Netanyahu wanted to visit the U.S., they'd roll out a red carpet. Like, it is what it is. If the UN is like, yo, we're not rolling with Israel, bro, the U.S. would like, no, we're gonna veto that. Because, let's be real, we got, what's this Chappelle shit? The UN's going to sanction it. With what army? Huh? Where's your fucking army at? You ain't doing shit to us. And that's how the U.S. treats it, bro. There's no point of a UN if the U.S. can just run over it anytime they want to. Which is what they were doing. Under Biden, under Trump. Same thing. While, once again, innocent people being massacred by the thousands. Probably hundreds around every day or 2 days. Hundreds. Yeah. And if you can't get in the way of that, what's your point here? We're gonna let them finish the job. Then you'll come back and say, I tried. Like, how'd you try? I voted no on some things. Yeah, let the world know that Joe Biden's a fucking war criminal. That will give you credibility. Outright. With thinking people, it'll give you credibility. Now, for strategy, is that good? Probably not. It's probably not good strategy. Because old people will be like, oh, bro, but Biden didn't do anything. Biden's a good guy, bro. He didn't do anything wrong. Right? But it's like, those are idiots. They're dumb. They've been asleep their whole lives to where now they're voting for decrepit old Joe Biden to blow children up overseas. And they don't know what they're doing. Bless them, Lord, for they know not what they do. I don't know. Once again, it's bad strategy. In certain cases, it's bad strategy. In other cases, it's the actual best strategy. I think overall, it's the best strategy. You're going to be waiting anyway, so might as well do the right thing today. Then we'll worry about tomorrow. But instead, we're making decisions today for the hopes of something that could happen. In her case, 10 years from that, when she get elected? When she get elected? Like 2015, 16 or something like that? I don't remember what year it was exactly. But it's like, it's going on a decade, I'm sure. So there's 10 years of Chuck Schumer being a cunt, Joe Biden being a cunt, Donald Trump being a cunt, Kamala Harris being a cunt. There's 10 years of that, and now she might win a race. Maybe. If she even runs for it. Maybe she's like, damn, this is too soon. Let's wait a little bit longer. Then we'll save the kids. Or Bernie for president. Listen, I will bend the knee these 2 elections, and then the 3rd one, then I'll do something. Then I'll let everyone know that Joe Biden's a criminal. You can't do that. Once again, someone's like, maybe they're genuinely friends. Well, guess what? Friends don't do that shit, bro. Friends don't let friends blow up other fucking people's kids. I would stop my friend if they did that. If I couldn't stop him, I'd let everyone know about it. Jesus. But all right. Sorry, I'm crying too much. Let's see where Kyle goes with this. I'm sure it's going to be celebratory. Here we go.
20. For those of you who don't know, typically the way it works is if you're that high of a position in leadership in the House or the Senate, you don't lose your primary. Usually in a scenario like this, you would have a challenger maybe get to 12%, right? Maybe 16, something like that. It's very rare, certainly on the Democratic side. On the Republican side, every now and then, like Eric Cantor lost his position when he was in leadership in the Republican Party during the Tea Party wave by David Bratt, I think was the guy who beat him. But on the Democratic side, I mean, there's been attempts, right? Primary Pelosi and shit. This moment is different.
I forgot his fucking name, bro. The Indian dude, right? He's trying to primary Pelosi. He kind of disappeared, didn't he? Maybe he's still around. I don't know. It's back when I thought there was a little bit more honesty in politics. Forgive my naivete. I thought there was a little bit more honesty in it back then. I've learned my lesson. Like, politics is trash. But maybe people are awesome. Who knows? But anyways, here we go.
This moment is different, y'all. It is not the same. This is not the same old Democratic Party. This is not the same old Democratic voter. What's happened right in front of our eyes is Democratic voters have become radicalized. And I mean that in the best possible way. Because what happened in 2016, the resistance, after Trump won, the resistance was all built around Trump is a unique evil. He's a threat to democracy. He's authoritarian. He's horrible. And wall-to-wall all day long on MSNBC, it would be anti-Trump coverage, right? And, I had some criticisms of the resistance in Trump's first term. Namely, I think they went all in on some of the wrong arguments, like Russiagate, when it came to impeachment. I felt like there were other things you could have got him on, like the emoluments clause, where he's obviously super corrupt and there's so much evidence, but they leaned into Russiagate stuff and the Ukraine phone call. So, I had criticism.
Yeah, AOC was a part of that. Funny enough, the person that is now his DNI wrote up something about essentially like war crimes. I believe was kind of brought up in regards to Donald Trump. I believe. Listen, I'm old, bro. My memory sucks. I believe Tulsi Gabbard brought up something, and she said no, but amended it. Like no to supporting the impeachment based on Russiagate, but amended it for where it's something about his war crimes. Is that what she did? I'm like, so there you go, AOC. You don't even got to do the work, bro. It's right there for you. It's right there. Take it. Ilhan Omar, there's your chance right there. But I think they went with the Russiagate. I think they voted with the party because I don't know. But once again, hey, hey, maybe strategy is the option. It's not the moral option, but you can call it an option of action to do. Hey, maybe, maybe you got to get Capone on tax evasion when I'm screaming murder all day. Like, yo, this guy's murdered these amount of people. He's done this. We have evidence of it. This guy's a murderer, bro. We can't judiciously get him on that, so we'll get him on tax evasion. Whatever. Anyways, here we go.
We're corrupt and there's so much evidence,
but
they
leaned into
Russiagate stuff and the Ukraine phone call. So, I had criticisms of it, but the core of it was anti-Trump. Then you get this Trump second term, and you guys remember what happened, right? You had Morning Joe and Mika went to Mar-a-Lago, decided to have some sushi with Donald Trump, some shits and giggles with Donald Trump. So, we need to press reset, right? And those same resistance liberals felt absolutely betrayed because they were. And they looked around and they said, well, hold on now. You guys told me he was authoritarian. You told me he was a fascist. You told me he was a threat to democracy. You told me all these things. Now he gets back in there and you want to fucking play patty cakes with him? What the fuck is wrong with you? So then in that moment, what happened? The Democratic base, the resistance liberals looked around and they said, who will be my leader? Who will actually fucking resist? Who will fight back against what's happening? And the answer became very clear. It's AOC. It's Bernie Sanders. It's Jasmine Crockett. It's Maxwell Frost. You ain't going to be saved by John fucking Fetterman, bitch.
Sounds like a cookie and shit. The fuck is Maxwell or a like a generically created like boxer and fight night. Maxwell Frost. Sorry, I just have no idea who that is. The black chick I heard of, I think she called some guy Hot Wheels or something. I bet Kyle thinks that's good strategy or something. It's like, whatever. Yeah, I mean, in my world, I think, once again, this is easy to say from where I'm sitting, but like, at the time I was saying it, like, yo, go after him for the blatant war crime shit. Russiagate's bullshit. Like, bro, if AOC got up on stand and pointed out how, like, this is clearly like Obama's been fucking instigating and, you know, encroaching on Russia. Like, clearly he wants war. He's been subverting. He's been doing things with Ukraine, coups, maybe even, if you will. Like, he just doesn't have to say all that, but like something about it. Like, that's clearly the Democratic Party doing that. And damn, it looks like now you're gonna pin some Russia thing on Trump when we have no real evidence for this. Not really. Nothing solid, really. And guess what? People are calling it bullshit. Like, it's actually creating voters for Trump. They think everyone's lying to them all the time. Because I think they were. They were fucking lying, in my opinion. From what I've seen. You know, the Russian, was it Trump pee tape? Or hookers peeing on beds or peeing on Donald Trump or something. Like, come on, dude. And then Robert Mueller comes up here and says, like, well, we have no evidence that Trump worked with the Russians in any sense or form. Yeah, the Mike Flynn thing, where actually Mike Flynn was actually talking with Israel. Like, as far as I don't think the word is quid pro quo. I think it was more of a, it's like, oh, help Trump get elected, and I'll make sure some of your security problems can get taken care of, or something like that, because Flynn was up to be within Trump's administration. Yada yada yada. Like, there's whatever. The point is, I think you had mountains of things to use on Donald Trump. I think you had mountains of it. He bombed Syria with no fucking evidence. But once again, AOC can't go against things like that. Right? She can't actually go against things like that. Not in reality. Like, I don't think she actually could. And make real noise about it. I don't think she's allowed to do that. Which makes her, like, kind of useless. Like, what's your point here, then? What are you doing here? We're going to elect you to wait 20 years to maybe win the presidency. Or wait 10 years to maybe win a Senate seat. Which means we're going to have to wait 40 years after you for you guys to become the majority, and maybe when you guys become president, for things to start turning around in a direction that we're not so sure we want to go in. Right? Like, who knows? Like, as far as as far as the idea of these overseas wars and all that shit, bro, they have not shown me anything, any inkling that these fools will keep, America out of forever wars. Bernie hasn't shown me that. AOC hasn't shown me that. There's a little bit with Ilhan Omar, but even she bends the knee at the end of the day, too. So it's like, what's your guys' point, man? What are we doing? It's like Kyle's going to be in his fucking grave rolling over before something he wants to happen happens. Maybe he thinks that's sacrificial in his head. I don't know. Maybe he thinks that's okay, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hey, it is what it is. All right, let's keep playing.
You told me all these things. Now he gets back in there and you want to fucking play patty cakes with him? What the fuck is wrong with you? So then in that moment, what happened? The Democratic base, the resistance liberals looked around and they said, who will be my leader? Who will actually fucking resist? Who will fight back against what's happening? And the answer became very clear. It's AOC. It's Bernie Sanders.
Unless it's Biden doing the same things. If Biden's in there doing the same things, then they don't fight. as they've shown. Like, they will not fight. If it's Obama or Biden or Kamala, these fools don't fight. They don't. So, once again, if your problem is with, these rampant wars, I'm against this. Like, well, that means if a Democrat does it, it's equally a problem. Equally a problem. Not something where you go, yeah, I'll hold my opinion until we have more people like me. Then I'll say something. It's like, at some point, it's going to be too late, wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be too late at some point? And if Biden gets to go on stage and say, well, folks, I was endorsed by AOC, so all young people that don't like me, guess what? The person you do like endorsed me. And she had a good reason for it. That means you should vote for me too. And what did Bernie do? Well, listen, Joe's a good friend, and yeah, you gotta vote for him. Because Trump is really, really bad. It's like... oh, man. Once again, you can have some domestic policy be this or that, but if you don't get in the way of child murder, you're fucking useless. You have no point to be in that occupation at all. Not saying Bernie hasn't said words, but I think he's putting up more of a fight under Trump, and it was more of a, please, Joe, please listen to me, Joe, thing when Joe Biden's in office. And then you saw what happened when he had him 1v1, right? All 20 people are eliminated already. It's just Bernie and Joe Biden. Bernie was like, I think he was surging in the early states, right? New Hampshire and Iowa, I think. Even though they lied about it and said Buttigieg won something or whatever the fuck, but Joe Biden was getting routed. Either way, it's like, yo, Bernie, here's your chance. Like, just do it, man. Rout these fools. You have the ammo to do it, and you can do it nice. You can do it nicely. You can let everyone know how corrupt Joe Biden is, as polite as you want, but let people know. But instead, it just became a, let's shovel him over to the fucking, go vote for Joe, guys. Go vote for him. Go vote for Hillary, guys. Like the most blatantly, maybe Bernie's not on the internet like that. He's not, actually hearing what people are saying out there. Trump did. Trump's team did. All he did was go over YouTube videos and be like, this is what people are talking about. Both left and right, they're all talking about these same topics. I love WikiLeaks. I love them. And boom. Left room for QAnon to work. And then, in the midst of that, because Bernie doesn't know what actual people are thinking, maybe he has ideas about social ideas, like, we want plumbers to be able to afford, dinner at night. Okay. That's cool, but as far as running a campaign, when you're just ignorant of what regular people are fucking talking about, or like that giant mess that's now all over the internet, like, right? There's a lot of regular people that don't have time to be on the internet. They come home, they watch their shows, whatever the fuck. They watch some nightly news stuff maybe, and they're not on the internet. I get that, but there's a lot of people that are on the internet, and more so every single fucking year. This is where they're hearing a lot of their politics from. It's all old people watching fucking nightly news now. So it's like, yo, all Bernie had to do is like take a little whiff, just take a peek, man. Give it a look, give it a look-see over. I hope it's not some pompous shit. It better not be some pompous shit. Where it's like, I know better, and these young people, what they're saying on the internet is not the way. I know better. I'm a serious man. Like, are you seriously full of shit then? I hope that's not the case. But, yeah. I mean, granted, once again, Tulsi didn't have the most supporters, but if you would have just said that one thing about Assange, you would have gobbled up all of her voters with Assange and amongst other things. You would have gathered her whole fucking audience. They would have all jumped to you, but now they all went to Trump. basically, or just said, I give up on politics. Either they probably got disappointed in Tulsi, and they're like, fuck this. I'm just staying out of the game. A bunch of other people just jumped to Trump's team. Before she even was picked to be in his cabinet, they already went to Trump's team. They're like, yo, damn, this guy's saying the things that these other guys don't say out loud. The things about Yemen and all that stuff, Biden could have pointed that out for Joe Biden. The crazy wars, Bernie could have pointed that out about Joe Biden. He could have pointed out so many different things. So many. And he let it all slide. It's incredible, dude. Like, holy fuck you, weak man, weak old man. What are you doing? Hey, you know what? Whatever. Maybe AOC will turn into a fucking savage, right? And she's like, finally, I got the thing I needed. I'm in the Senate. I beat Chuck Schumer. He ain't running. He's too old. He ain't running again. I'm gonna like let it go now. No more caps on my gun, bro. I'm putting live ammo in that bitch. And maybe not say it that way, you know. But maybe that's it. She's gonna let it fly now. I'm like, cool. Let's see it. But I ain't sitting around waiting for it. That's for fucking sure. I ain't bleaching my hair, getting nipple rings. I ain't doing that. Hoping that she turns into a savage at some point. Because we've seen her go angry, right? We've seen her go yelling in the room and like, oh my god, and yada yada yada, and the arm whipping the fuck you. She didn't curse, but what was it about? Some guy called her a bitch or something. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, waiting for Kyle's savageness to come out too. I'm trying to find that point where like, what's the point where Kyle gets actually like jaded about it, and he's like, fuck, this sucks, man. Everything sucks. Fuck it, I don't care anymore. Just lets it fly. When's he gonna do that, man? That'd be nice to hear. I've only seen him like, well, he's done it with politicians too, but a lot of times I see him yelling. He's yelling at constituents, I guess is the right word, maybe, or former supporters or whatever the fuck that are just like, yeah, we're tired of this bullshit. We're done with this. You can't give up. That was like Harvey Dent and shit. You can't give up. You can't give in. Dark Knight reference. All right, here we go.
It's Jasmine Crockett. It's Maxwell Frost. You ain't gonna be
YellBro.
paid by John fucking Fetterman, bitch. He's busy in Tel Aviv sucking Netanyahu's dick. You're not going to be saved by the centrists. The centrists, by definition, are always going, oh, where can I find an area of agreement? I would like to work with you on this issue and that issue. That's what the centrists are doing. Now, you tell me, if you're a resistance liberal and you know, and you've been screamed at for 4 years straight, longer than that, Trump's a fascist, Trump's an authoritarian, he's going to fucking destroy the country. And then you look and the centrists are like, oh, well, maybe we can have a bipartisan meeting. You're going to go, fuck off. Fuck.
You're going to say fuck off. Bernie's going to send his followers to them if they win the nomination. From what I've seen, most likely AOC will send her followers to whoever that centrist is if they win the nomination. It is what it is. Like it is. It is what it is, Kyle. So we need to back those guys. Like, well, the guys you're telling us to back, we'll back those guys. They've already said it. They've already done it. What has changed all of a sudden, Kyle? There's still not a majority of, right? He said, like, we need more Bernie Sanders in there. And once we have enough Bernie Sanders, we could do something. I don't see that. I don't think they have enough yet, Kyle, so they're going to have to keep supporting the Democratic Party, as is. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if AOC had someone who, with a clone of her policies, ran against Chuck Schumer. Like, let's say AOC didn't run for that Senate seat, and a clone of her policies runs against Chuck Schumer. I think she might pick Chuck Schumer. She might say things in interviews like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know, She might do that. And she might say, "Oh, I like the other guy. But I like Chuck too. So I don't know. She'll secretly vote for the person that has her policy, or she might. Maybe they have trackers on her. She's like, no, I'll vote. I gotta vote Chuck. But the strategical threat of AOC coming out and endorsing her own policies, where it's like, what if the person I vote for who has my policies, what if I endorse them and they don't win? Now I got to deal with Chuck Schumer. And it's like, for some reason, they're scared of these old, out-of-shape men and women that showcase no moral backbone. For some reason, these guys, the good guys, are apparently afraid of him. So, yeah, it's like it's just weird, man. Like Kyle says these things, and they sound rational if you're locked into that political bubble type shit, where you're like, politics is the main driver of everything in life. When in reality, I think it's the things hiding underneath the politics, right? People think something moral is happening, right? Because they campaign on morals. They campaign on aesthetics. They campaign on seeming intelligent, right? It's what they campaign on. Some of these guys, like the Bernies and AOCs, they do sound like they campaign on more so on policy. But these guys haven't won the big race yet. So as far as I understand, it seems like the populist still votes for less so about rational things and more so about irrational things. And I'm not saying irrational as in they're wrong, but they're more of the abstract world of morality. Like the people believe Trump was going to end wars and do this and do that. Right? Now anyone can say that, but why did they believe him when he said it? It's because they believed him to be the moral guy. Why were they thinking that? Maybe because there was the, what do you call them? The hashtag resistance. Maybe because of that. It's like, man, these guys are corrupt, and they're calling Trump the bad guy. That must make him good. Or damn, look at CNN and MSNBC. These guys are blatantly corrupt, and they lie to us all day, and they're calling Trump a bad guy for menial things like the Russiagate thing or something like that. They're not so menial. It's just it sounds like bullshit. And because they did that, people viewed that like, damn, Trump must be telling the truth because these guys are liars and they're saying he's lying, which means he must be right. He must be saying the truth. Or these guys are calling him bad, so he must be good. We've seen, like, I'm telling you, that kindergarten style psychology is out there. It is out there. And in fact, they had enough people to get this motherfucker voted in. Unless you're thinking the whole shit was rigged. I can't say I know. But as far as what I understand now, there you go. And there's still content creators, even with all the fuck-ups of Trump, where people are starting to turn on him. Even with that, there's still people out here saying, like, look at CNN talking about the tariffs. These guys are liars. The tariffs are going to work. You want to know why? Because CNN is against it. It's like, hey, AOC, Bernie, you guys have a big enough platform, and there's people who like you, who love you, have a big enough platform to where you could say, fuck CNN. You could literally do that. But they walk the line, man. They work for the party. It is what it is. Anyways, let's keep going. Sure, I have 50 thumbs down already, if I even get that many views. Let's be honest. All right, here we go.
Oh, well, maybe we can have a bipartisan meeting. You're going to go fuck off. Fuck off. And then who's left resisting? It's the left. So the resistance liberals have all become leftists. And it happened like that. It happened like that. And you know what the reality is? What they've realized is Chuck Schumer has no agenda to defeat MAGA. He's got no agenda. He's fucking full of hot air. Which is why he caved the one time the Democrats would have had leverage. He caved and gave the Republicans their dirty continuing resolution and let them get away scot-free and let Elon Musk continue to illegally slash our social safety net and the regulatory agencies.
Yo, Kyle, you know what would win something from Trump supporters? If you want, like, if you could secretly send a message to AOC or Bernie Sanders, since you're all about, if it's all about strategy, once again, don't actually do this. Not that he's listening to my video, but don't actually do this because it's creepy, unless someone means it, right? But as far as strategy goes, how come one of these motherfuckers aren't like, like Bernie Sanders gets on the stage like, you know who I respect? I respect Thomas Massey. I respect him. He's on the right. I understand that. We disagree on a few things, but that man is not corrupt. I don't view him as corrupt. Bernie will become a hero to a shit ton of fucking Trump supporters, or maybe former Trump supporters at this point because of what he's doing, because he didn't vote for that spending. It's like the CR or whatever the fuck it's called. He didn't vote for that. And then Trump is calling him out to be primaried. Boom. One of you guys, AOCs, one of you guys, take his side on it. There you go. Hashtag stealing the right. Hashtag stealing MAGA fans. There's plenty of people doing it, bro. It's a whole thing right now, Kyle. A whole bunch of people stealing MAGA people over to their side. Now, granted, they have to shake their asses, in my opinion, like kind of get a little grifty out there to do it. But if you're a strategist anyways, why aren't you doing that? How come they can't do that? That'd be a strategy thing, and then let's be real. If it's about strategy and making sure they win, why don't they just lie about it? Just lie about it. Like, yo, I love Thomas Massey. I love him. Meanwhile, I was like, fuck that guy. I hate his policies. I'm just using it for clout. If you're going to go full strategy, might as well. Or is that too corrupt? Is lying too corrupt? I would listen. Obviously, that's not the right thing to do. I'm just saying, like, these guys are going to play games anyways. Why not play them right? Instead, they're trash. All right, here we go.
And so liberals looked around and they said, that is literally the opposite of what I want. I want somebody who will fight. I want somebody who will use the bully pulpit. I want somebody who will message. I want somebody who will be aggressive. I want somebody who will call out the bullshit. And Chuck Schumer, oh God, he's always looking, maybe the fever will break and maybe they'll be more reasonable.
Fuck it. Kyle is ready. He has the daggers ready and he's ready for a red wedding right now. He's like, yeah. All right, we used him long enough. Now it's time to kill him. Let's get him out of here. King of the North. Oh, shit. I'll kill her. I swear it by the old gods and the new. I'll get another one. Nah. Here comes the kick of the door. Kyle's ready for that shit. We used you long enough, Chuck Schumer. Time to end you. All right. Here we go.
And the base is going, are you fucking dumb? Are you dumb? Of course they're not gonna become more reasonable. Have you watched every step of the way? They've done nothing but become more and more and more extreme and spit in your eye more and more and more. And you bend the knee? And then there's AOC. Her message is clear. Her arguments are good. And she
has bent the knee for people who bend the knee, if you're going to go that direction. And she has bent the knee for people who do equally corrupt things as Donald Trump, in my humble opinion of corruption. Sure, I'm sure there's someone who will make an argument that Biden only killed 10 babies and Trump killed 12, so Trump's worse. I understand that, but they're still baby killers. Straight up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no way around it. Kyle knows that. You should know it too. So, bending the knee to that shit, I'm sorry. There is never an excuse for that. And once again, for me to ever support AOC, she's gonna have to A, showcase she's different, and B, showcase that she can point out the corruption around her, and even and obviously her past mistakes as well. Showcase all three of those things, and you'll have my vote. It's just, that's not gonna happen, is it? Come on. That's bad strategy. It's bad strategy. But dare I say, it's the right thing to do. right? Clean out your closet. Then you can notice other people's closets. Pretty simple, right? But no. That'll take forever, Jordan. Although this process that's culminating into like 10 years of her in office, to where maybe she'll beat Chuck Schumer in a race. Who knows? We've seen polls where all these other guys these guys that Kyle might like would be winning, and they end up losing by a lot. Or close, whatever. It's like, damn, well, so much for that. All right, let's get back to hashtag resistance. All right, here we go.
More and more and more. And you bend the knee? And then there's AOC. Her message is clear. Her arguments are good. And she's got 2 goals. Resist the shit out of Trump is goal number 1. Everything they're doing. And goal number 2 is what? Actually fundamentally bring change to this country.
But she's supposed... Okay. Resist corruption. Right, Kyle? Corruption. Wherever it is, Kyle. Resist corruption. Otherwise, you lack credibility. Resist corruption. People were cheerleading for Trump because the Republicans didn't like him either. Or the more notable guys that everyone hates. Like, man, we don't like Trump. So they had to bend the knee. Because let's be real, he cleaned house with those fools. He embarrassed all of them. Just by pointing out their simple corruptions. Blatant, clear as day corruptions. Like, yeah, Jeb Bush ain't George Bush, but guess what? George got shitted on those debates. George was getting shitted on. And he just attaches it to Jeb. Boom. Wrecked. Done. Get Jeb out of here. Haven't heard of him since, bro. Where's Jeb Bush at? No one knows. Get him the fuck out of here. Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio, guess what? Those bitches work for him now. He came in, cleaned house, and then took over. And the Democrats put up the most blatantly corrupt politician of all time. That would be Trump now. Like if Trump, well, he's done running, but if he ran again, he would be one of the most blatant corrupt presidents of all time. Like, once again, on the surface. Not actual detailed policies, but like on the surface, people view this person as blatantly corrupt. That was Hillary fucking Clinton. Clear as day. In 2015-16. That's clear as day. It's not only is she viewed as corrupt, there's just so many receipts. The internet was flooded with Hillary receipts of how corrupt she is. And then there was, on top of that, conspiracy theory showcase, like adding more stories to the shit of how she's corrupt. Trump didn't have that yet, right? At that point, he didn't have that. Sure, there's business deals and all that shit where you can point out corruption, but people are like, well, we know she's corrupt, but this guy, who knows what the fuck happens? He might be corrupt too, but like, we don't fucking know what's gonna happen. And guess what? CNN, MSNBC, the hashtag resistance, that didn't fucking help at all. I mean, Bernie's been in the Senate through the George Bush administration, and then Trump just coming out became the most corrupt president of all time. I'm like, whoa, that's a crazy statement, especially with the optics of the scenario. No one was viewing it during his first 4 years with Donald Trump. I viewed him as Bush. I viewed him as like the same as George W. Bush, full-blown neocon. But regular people did not see, right? What was one of the arguments? He didn't start any new wars. Meanwhile, you had Bush who blatantly started a war. Although Trump did start wars and continue wars, as far as I'm concerned. But regular people weren't thinking that. They need the big historical TV event that says we're at war. And they got that under Bush. Thus, they viewed George W. Bush as worse than Donald Trump. And then George Bush went on a fucking media tour say how bad Donald Trump is. He's one of the most blatant, unpopular presidents of all time. Going on a press tour telling us how bad Donald Trump is. It's like, yo. People are going to be like, wait, George W. Bush hates him? Oh, Trump's got my vote. He must be good in some way. Or at the very least, he must be better than these fucking idiots. Did Kyle not notice that shit happening? Like, He was there. He had to have noticed, right? There's no way he didn't notice that. Then again, he thought Kamala was going to win, right? By like a wide margin, maybe. Or maybe barely win. I don't know. But I think he said, the polls are saying Kamala's going to win. Like, didn't she get dusted in the primary? Like, didn't Tulsi Gabbard like vanquish her in the fucking primary? What the fuck do you think Trump's going to fucking do with that? I mean, it's like it's pathological at this point. I mean, I'm not saying Kyle's. I think he kind of is pathological. I think he's been hurt through so many years of trying to stay on the main line of politics that I think he's seen it. He has battle scars, basically. A lot of shit not going his way, and he may have developed some demons in regards to that. I don't know. I can't say, but I mean, I wouldn't. I understand. It's just, yeah. Whatever. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure there's plenty of people here that, I mean, they'll never come back either way, right? Because no one comes back either to tell me I told you so or to tell me, all right, you were right, man. That doesn't really happen. So there's nothing I can do here. It just is what it is. I just do the same thing with a new crop of dick riders, dick licks, quasi surrogates. Like, it's just a new crop pops up every time. What are you, a Hillary supporter? Like, nah, just point out the blatant corruption of Donald Trump. And then his little peddlers that are on the internet serving as content creators. You're just a hater, clout chaser, bro. Then I do it to whoever, Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden, someone like that. What are you, a Trump fan, huh? Like, nope. I'm just calling out corruption or something I think is way off here. Just clout chasing off of Kyle. Same thing happens over and over and over again. Maybe I'm getting fucking pathological, bro. I think I am, bro. I started my own religion. YellBro Church. You can't join, though. It's only for me. Anyways, here we go.
Fight for a higher minimum wage. Fight for Medicare for all. Fight for the PRO Act. You have the right to join a union. Fight for higher taxes on the rich. Fight for paid family leave and paid sick leave. Fight for child care. Actually have a vision and fight for it.
And no more killing babies overseas. Right, Kyle? No more killing babies overseas. Can we just get that? Listen, can you get that promise out of her? I mean, I would need some hardy fucking proof or something for me to get out there and vote. But just a little gift for me, Kyle. Just no baby killing anywhere. If someone does it and we're funding them, like, all right, well, we got to take some funding out, bro. Or no more weapons. We'll send you food, water, equipment for farming and things like that. But anything military based, you get none of it now. You're done. GG's. Is AOC gonna do that, Kyle? She supported Ukraine. Is she gonna? What's gonna happen here, Kyle? And then anyone with a brain studying that situation would see, like, the U.S. essentially subverted and created the atmosphere for that shit to go down, of a Russian invasion. Not that they're off the hook at all. For me, they're not at all off the hook. Can we get those promises from AOC, Kyle? No, but you'll get free healthcare. Like, I'll give up my healthcare for a bomb not to hit a child. Can you give me those promises? Can you assure me, Kyle, that they won't continue the wars, they won't fund the wars, they won't fund weird rebel groups, they won't arm this guy and then arm that guy, they won't build more and more and more army bases in every fucking country in the world? If they hear about the CIA doing some weird, creepy shit, they let everyone know about it. Can you give me these assurances, Kyle? Or is that asking too much? That sounds very simple to me. If a Little League dad fantasized about being the president, there is no way in their thoughts that they're thinking about bombs going, like, just blowing up people. There's no fucking way. Unless they're fresh from 9/11 or something. That's not like a fantasy thing, bro. Right? It's like, hey, can you give me those promises, Kyle? Can you? Or can you tell me, or are you going to tell me that she's going to kill less babies than the other guy will? Is that your assurance you'll give me? I love the YellBro church, man. Because I can say that, and they'll all these fuckers would get mad at me for that. I think they would get mad at me. Like, what are you doing, bro? You don't understand. Material differences, bro. The material results, bro. Doing Kyle voices now. All right, here we go. Let's continue.
And call out the real villains.
Again.
And she's got two goals. Actually fundamentally bring change to this country. Fight for a higher minimum wage. Fight for Medicare for all. Fight for the PRO Act, you have the right to join a union. Fight for higher taxes on the rich. Fight for paid family leave and paid sick leave. Fight for child care. Actually have a vision and fight for it. And call out the real villains, the billionaires, the robber barons.
Okay.
So that's what
I don't agree with it. I don't think because you're rich, you're a villain. Maybe means like abusing the financial system. Okay? I would just ask them, like, hey, where are you guys at with this? But then again, I'm me. I'm sure Kyle wouldn't trust me if I did that. He'd be like, oh, he's having a meeting with billionaires. Like, well, I'm not a little pussy, Kyle, so go kick rocks, bro. I would have liked someone to like sit down, like, okay, what's going on here, guys? Why do you need more and more and more and more? What's going on here? No, we have homeless here, right? Right, guys? You know that, right? You have a 80-room mansion, and this guy lives on the fucking streets, bro. How's that happening? Fuck. Anyways. Yeah, let's keep going.
That's why you see a situation where AOC is leading by nearly 20 points for the Senate.
Oh, I would think any type of corruption is the problem. Any type. Which means if it's in your own party, you still call it out. Not just if they're billionaires. Not just if they got paid by billionaires. Or like campaign funded. Or that they're Republicans. Or whatever. Any corruption you see, you call it the fuck out. If you have your hands on the evidence. Right? You call it the fuck out. If you don't know yet, you investigate it until you can reach an answer at something. And guess what? Saying I don't know that's an okay answer. We're humans. We don't know everything. But to be dishonest and pretend like you do have the answer when you don't really fucking know, that's also a fucking problem. Once again, that's not a difficult thought. These sound like very basic fucking things, but somehow these politicians can't find a way to do it. The simple ass shit, bro. They can't figure out how to do that. It's weird, man. So it's like, hopefully Kyle doesn't have some sort of angry streak towards people that are like, yo, this is fucking, like some of the things you see politicians do, from Bernie or any of them, where they call out something or they critique something. Like, how could you not understand them, Kyle, based on everything that's happening in the world? Anyways, here we go.
For paid family leave and paid sick leave, fight for child care, actually have a vision and fight for it, and call out the real villains, the billionaires, the robber barons. So that's why you see a situation where AOC is leading by nearly 20 points for the Senate.
Is Chuck Schumer a billionaire?
There was a time when I thought, I don't think AOC is cut for winning a presidential race. But times have changed. And maybe she is, right? Maybe she is. Maybe she is perfectly positioned to lead everybody out of the darkness. It's yet to be seen, but for sure, if she decides to run for the Schumer Senate seat, she could beat him. And I know it's sort of a long time away before, Schumer's up, but If she stays on the trajectory she's on, and if he stays on the trajectory he's
I
on,
think it is pathological.
it wouldn't even be close, y'all. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe.
It's a little batshit, bro. But whatever, we'll wait and see. Don't worry, I'm sure Kyle fans. No offense, it's just if something goes wrong with Kyle, and yeah, they'll never come back here and be like, "Oh man, I think you had a point." It is what it is. Bet those fools still didn't respond yet. There's one guy I had an exchange with, which was all right. I've exchanged with other people. Well, there's some people that just left comments, and I would leave a response, and they wouldn't have anything like intelligible to say. Like their comments weren't. There was no argument in there, so I just cracked a joke or whatever. But some people made some points. I counted the points, and I heard nothing after that. I'm like, maybe you just don't care, or whatever. Or you're like, man, this guy's so dumb, or he's so wrong. I walked away. Like, fine, but I'll engage with you if you're here. Like, I'm never against that. I disagree with plenty of people all the fucking time. There is no person that I've met that I'm 100% in agreement with, and I let them know that I don't agree. Pretty simple. But I'm willing to engage, and there's nothing you could say to me that would make me ban you. Go ask Matt Hunter. You could say wherever the fuck you want here. I even mod people. I give people mods just so they can say what they want. Or that was for live streams. When I was live streaming, everyone, if you see a regular around, they all have mods. They don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with them. I just want people to be able to say what they want. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, there's your video. Please subscribe if you like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. Yeah, what do you think? Does AOC? All right, two things. Okay, do you think AOC has a chance at either the Senate or the presidency, like in the near future? If you're saying like 20 years from now, that's not what we mean. I mean like more of the recent time. I think that's where Kyle's going. Something a little bit more recent of time. Could she win? What do you think? And also, do you think that's a good thing? And please give some decent reasons, not just she's a far left socialist. That's a fucking dumb answer. Well, it's not that dumb. You have to explain it, why it's a bad thing, because once again, if you're focused on, socialism, or you're focused on conservatism, I think your focus should be on corruption. I think that needs to be weeded out first, and then you can start actually getting to discussions about policy, right? What's the most efficient way to run whatever thing it is? Healthcare, public safety, the environment, foreign policy. Once you get the little George Bushes out of here, once you get the corruption out, the little George Bushes and the little Joe Bidens, once you get them out of the way, non-violently, obviously, when you get these guys out of here, then it's like, okay, no one's pissing in the fucking punch bowl anymore. So now, if someone's, let's say, a Republican, and they're a legitimate like Republican, they philosophically believe in the way they believe. You have a philosophically believing left-leaning person. When they argue, there's actual real substance going back and forth. It's not for the sake of donors or corruption, the sake of corruption. For like, I'll be corrupt in this policy, so that leads to some future corruption I can do later on, or some sort of greed thing, right? Or this psychopathic sense of blowing the world up if you don't agree with us type shit, where it's like blatant corruption. If you don't believe that, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Where it's like actually legitimate, a legitimate discussion. That'd be nice, huh? And it should probably be, like, if there was a legitimate discussion happening, like, it was all cleaned out, there'd probably be more parties. More parties with actual representation in there, because they wouldn't be subverted by the two corrupt parties. Or the two parties where they have a bunch of corrupt people willing to make sure no one else can get in except those guys. Or guys like them. So, let me know. Comment section. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. I always thought Crystal was taller than Kyle. What happened there? Anyways, there's your video. Don't forget to give this video, actually. Give it. Don't hesitate. And don't forget I told you. Give this video a thumbs down. Colin needs music intros, too. Give him some music, bro. He probably has like a live stream thing he does, right? Whatever. Give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.